Hello and welcome to The Drum. I'm Tim Palmer. And coming up today, what the Productivity Commission has to say about pricing carbon and how Australia ranks against the rest of the world. The curious case of the Syrian lesbian blogger, and is it un-Australian to hoard your holiday leave? Our panel tonight, Sydney City Councillor and former New South Wales Labor MP Meredith Burgmann, former Liberal advisor and lobbyist David Miles, and in Canberra, National Affairs correspondent for The Age, Katharine Murphy. Good afternoon to you all. Well, first to the long-awaited report by the Productivity Commission on pricing carbon. It looked at what 9 other major countries are doing on climate action and found Australia is in the middle of the global pack. Although no other nation currently has an economy-wide emissions trading scheme, the report says that's a relatively low-cost option for reducing greenhouse pollution.
This report zeroes in on this very important finding, and that is that the cheapest and most effective way to reduce carbon pollution and to support clean energy is through a price on carbon, a market-based mechanism.
The Greens say the report proves setting a price on pollution won't be enough.
What we learn from this report is 2 things. One is that we need to get on with putting a price on pollution as quickly as we can, because it's an efficient method of beginning the change. But secondly, that a price on pollution itself won't be enough. We need to invest heavily in industry policy and in clean energy technologies to make sure that Australia isn't left behind.
But Opposition Leader Tony Abbott says the Commission confirms Australia would be moving alone if it brings in a carbon tax.
There is no other comparable country which is imposing an economy-wide carbon tax on itself. There's no other comparable country which is imposing an emissions trading scheme on itself. What that means is that any move towards a carbon tax or emissions trading scheme would be an economic own goal. It would be an act of economic self-harm by Australia.
Well, Katharine Murphy, I guess it's hardly surprising that the government and opposition have treated this as a magic pudding, taking what they want from it. The government says that it's proof that a carbon tax across the economy is the neatest, most correct answer. Tony Abbott says it shows Australia would be charging off into this new carbon penalising world way ahead of everyone else. Can they both be right?
Well, Tim, I think we should think about this report with a buffet analogy. I think we should think about everybody with their empty plates, striding forward to the buffet, loading them up and letting rip. I think that's basically what we've seen this afternoon. Now, yes, I think in relation to this report and the substance of it, there is something for everyone here. It's not all good news for the government. It's not all good news for Tony Abbott. All the stakeholders have got lines of attack that this report, and lines of defence, I suppose, that this report's given them. So it is a mixed bag. I think